Your listening problems won't be fixed automatically when you prepare for IELTS. Learning exam strategy can help, but a good ear for English is built gradually and independently from exam preparation. Consider one IELTS preparation class. Same teacher, same course materials, different students' proficiency levels. B1, B2, C1, and C2. All preparing for IELTS. Once the preparation is over, do you think they all get the same band score in IELTS? Of course not. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's your English proficiency level that decides your band score. Your core English skills speak, not test tricks. Hi, I'm Ethan. 35 years ago, I built my own English skills from scratch up to C2 level, outside an English speaking environment, without the internet, without many books, with minimal materials. I've taken IELTS 4 times, and every time my score in listening was the same, 9. In this video, I'll teach you 6 skill building techniques I used over the years to build and refine my own listening proficiency. This is the good stuff, guys, so buckle up. One of the biggest reasons people don't improve their listening skill is this. They don't spend enough hours hearing real English. Most people can easily get 60 minutes of practice a day without changing their lifestyle by using dead time. Think about all the moments when you're doing something automatic. Driving, walking, cooking, cleaning, waiting for someone. Me, every day, as I'm driving to and from work, I listen to audiobooks and English podcasts. That's almost 2 hours of otherwise dead time. I do it because I enjoy it, but my listening gets better as a side effect. I have this app on my phone called Libby, through which I can borrow books from the Montreal Library. It works with many libraries, and maybe you want to check it out. You can also use Audible, Apple Podcasts, and many other apps to listen to audiobooks and podcasts. So, my first tip is turn your dead time into learning time, listening to audiobooks and podcasts in English. Focused listening is one of the fastest ways to sharpen your listening skills. You choose an audio from a Cambridge IELTS listening test, for example, and you find the audio script for it. The audio scripts are near the end of the book. First, you listen once without reading anything and try to catch the main idea and key details. Then take the audio script and listen again while reading the text. When you hit a difficult moment, pause and replay that sentence until it becomes clear. This is where your real problems show up. Pay specific attention to the combination of sounds you have trouble catching. Now comes the most important step. Listen again without the transcript and only look at the text when you get stuck. Do this every day for a month and limit yourself to one audio per day. Listening to one piece 6 times is far better than listening to 2 pieces 3 times each, because depth creates accuracy. Speed control is one of the most underrated tools for building the listening skill, especially in the earliest stages. Start with a short audio, listen once at normal speed, and notice the parts you miss. Then slow it down to 75% or even 50% and listen again. You will be surprised how many invisible words and phrases suddenly appear. This is not wasting your time. This is how humans learn. Think about how kids learn the language. Parents naturally use slower, clearer speech with simpler rhythm and more repetition. Teachers do the same thing in beginner classes. The brain needs clean input first. Once the sounds become clear, you can gradually handle faster speech. Today, almost every app lets you control the speed. YouTube, podcasts, audiobook apps, anything. So take advantage of the tools that today's technology offers you. Slow makes it clear. Clear makes it fast. I have a confession to make. Listening used to be my worst English skill. In my early days of learning English, the activity that probably helped me more than anything else was transcribing. But what is transcribing? Transcribing is the slow, boring process of listening and writing the text. But why would you sit down and write the text when there is captions everywhere? Captions help you understand. Transcription forces you to hear. The secret is not the final text. The secret is the deep focus you're forced to have while you're doing it. Transcribing turns listening from a background activity into a sharp skill workout. You stop guessing, your ear stops skipping words, you start hearing the real details. Every problem that escapes you while you're listening becomes clear when you're transcribing. Here's the routine. First, listen to the whole passage once, just for the general meaning. Second, listen to one sentence at a time. Pause after each phrase and write exactly what you hear. Replay as many times as you need. When you're finished writing, compare your text with the audio script and mark your mistakes. It's slow, it's difficult, it's boring, but if your goal is real mastery, one day you will thank yourself for every minute you put into this exercise. Real learning takes place after boredom. A big part of your listening is not your ears, it's the context. When you know the context, your brain can meet the speaker halfway. When you don't, even clear English can feel confusing. You've probably experienced this in real life. You're in a room while two people are talking. You're hearing them, but you're not really listening. Then suddenly one of them turns to you and says, "So, what do you think we should do?" You freeze. Not because you didn't hear the sentence, but because you don't know what it refers to. You're missing the frame, so you can't produce a good answer. That frame is context. And in listening, context becomes prediction. Strong listeners constantly guess what's coming next. So build this habit. Before you press play, take 10 seconds and predict. What is this about? What words are likely to appear? What kind of information is coming next? Numbers, dates, reasons, steps, choices? In an exam, the questions and headings give you these clues. In real life, the situation does the same thing. When you predict, you're giving your brain a map. Remember, context is half the meaning. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to my friend George, who's an English Montrealer, and one of my friends was also there. His English is not very strong yet. I told George something like, "I'm going to talk to him." And later, my friend asked, "What was that thing you said to George?" I said, "I'm going to go talk to him." "But you said something else." "No, this is exactly what I said, but I didn't catch it." Yes, because you don't know how it's pronounced in fast English. If you don't know how a word or a phrase is pronounced, you're not going to catch it, right? If a word only exists in your head as a spelling, but not as a clear sound, your ears won't catch it in real speech, especially when English is fast, connected, and messy. This is why pronunciation training improves listening. When your mouth learns the sound, your brain builds a strong sound map. Then, when you hear that sound in real life, it's familiar. Now, the question is, how do you improve your pronunciation? If you want, in another video, I can teach some very useful techniques that I use to this day to improve my English and French pronunciation. So that's it, mes amis. You just learned the 6 skill builders: turning dead time into listening time, focused listening, controlling the speed, transcribing, using context clues, and improving pronunciation. Take 1 or 2 of these techniques and do it consistently for 4 weeks and tell me how it worked out for you. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Comment which of the skill builders you will use. Also, let me know if you want me to teach you my top techniques that I use to improve my pronunciation. Have a good one.